working. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our live stream. Had a little bit of a technical hitch there, but I think it is working. Let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you can hear me. Very excited to be on this live stream. Have lots and lots to talk about. So yes, if you do have any cruise-related questions, please just start them with question in capital letters, and I will do my best to answer as many as I can. I also have some new things to show you, which is very exciting. And I'm going on a cruise tomorrow. So hopefully that is exciting. It's very, very exciting to me. Very exciting. So yes, my exciting news. We've been working on something for about 6 months, and I'm finally able to talk about it, which is very, very nice. You're good. Fabulous. You can hear me. You can see me. Fantastic. It always waits until about 2 minutes before the live stream before it doesn't work. I don't know why, but we're here. We're all good. It's a Friday. Nice and chill. So yes, I know many of you are familiar with cruise cards, and I think if you don't already know what I'm going to say, you are going to love it. Has some really great feedback. Have you started packing for your cruise tomorrow? No, I don't pack until the evening before. I sort of need that stress, if that makes sense. So yes, no, I haven't. But I'm doing a hot weather cruise, which I think is much easier than doing a cold one where you have to think about jumpers, you have to think about coats. I said in my most recent live stream, my most recent video, the Norwegian Star one, that I took off my jumper, and I have loads of comments being like, that's not what I thought that was. That's a Britishism. Because I was wearing like a jumpsuit. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant at all. So yes, hello to everybody who is in the chat. It is so nice to see you. Interesting comments already. Yes, my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you for, I've been a model today, which is very exciting. My job is very, very varied, but we have been doing some photos of these new t-shirts that we have for Cruise Globe. So obviously my hope is that I'm going to wear these on cruises. Hopefully I'll find someone else who's wearing them. That'd be really cool. And then, yeah, we can all compare cruise globes, which would be very, very cool. The new t-shirt should be a big hit with your fans. Thank you very much. Hope so. The aim really is just to spread the word because that's what we care about most. So yeah, if someone can see someone else with Cruise Globe t-shirt on, kind of ask about it. Sounds good to me. Sounds good. How long does packing take a cruise pro like me? I could probably pack. I mean, if you said to me you need to pack in 15 minutes, I think I could do 15 minutes. Maybe less, to be honest. I mean, my stuff at home, I don't have any hanging space. So I'm not taking anything off any hangers. I just have drawers. So I'm just going into the drawer and picking out how many t-shirts I need, some shorts, some dresses for the evenings. I don't really wear those at home. So I have almost, a separate drawer for those. And then an adapter, my passport, paperwork. That's pretty much the only thing. Hairbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, that's good. But all my toiletries are in the toiletry bag. So yes. Thank you very much for the comments about the shirt. Appreciate it. I thought I might as well wear it on the live stream. Steve says he's only collected one cruise card so far. So yes, what I am announcing this week, I know a lot of you already know. So if you do, you can just feel happy about it. But we have our own cruise cards and a cruise album. This is the beautiful cruise album that we have at Cruise Globe. So I know a lot of you are collecting your cruise cards. Me too. I have them in various drawers around the house. They're not out being presented. But now we have a place for them to go. And not just that, but a lot of the cruise cards have basically, I mean, some of them do have no information on them at all. So what we have done is we've made our own cruise cards with what we have, which is the route. Is it there? Maybe it's there. It has the actual route that the cruise ship went on, the nautical miles, where it started, where it ended. And you can collect those either alongside your cruise cards, or if you don't want to, just alone. Every collection is good. I've lost one earring. This is the day today. Everything is such a, I don't know, just not working out. Yes, Jessica says Cruise Globe settled a disagreement. Thought that you'd been to a port, looked at Cruise Globe, and it showed that you never had. It is good for settling agreements. Like, did we dock in that place or that place? Well, I know where I'm going to look. Did you give up Pepsi Max for health reasons? I'm curious. Gave up soda and caffeine about a year ago. So I've had one Pepsi Max in the last 2 weeks, which is very, very low for me. Normally I'm on many a day, but I thought it was just about time to do sort of a hard reset on myself. So far, I feel exactly the same, just worse because I don't have Pepsi Max in my life. So I'm going to go back to Pepsi Max. That was never a question. I'm never going to give it up. I love it. But I thought it was time to sort of to hard reset myself like a phone, if that makes sense. Good afternoon, says Matt from Royal Caribbean Blog. Nice to see you, Matt. I know Matt has his Globe Cruise card album on the way. Do you buy clothes on cruises? No, not really. No, I don't think I have for quite a long time. No, I think no is just the answer to that. No. Are you taking First Mate Rolo with you? The plush one, obviously, says Kerry. Yes. I'm going to take out my other earrings. It feels really weird to just have one earring on a live stream. There we go. Now I match. Where is it, though? I have no idea. Oh, Matt says, can't wait for my Cruise Globe cruise cards to arrive. Yes. So I made a mistake and I left my cards in the office. I'm sorry. So what I have done is I have got some here that I can show you on the screen. And if you can imagine these in real life, I'm sure you can. This is what they look like. So these are the cruise cards that you can make on Cruise Globe. You can make these free for any cruise that you've been on. And here are just some examples that I have. I don't know how flipped it is round, but I have Norwegian Sun, Marella Discovery 2, Celestial Olympia, that was a lovely cruise, and MSC Seaview. So you can see all of these on Cruise Globe. Cruise Globe is our free website, and now we have a physical product so that you can bring them into the real world, because it's all nice having them on the computer, but if you have this on your table, like someone's going to open that, right? Like it looks so pretty, and then you can talk about your cruises, because obviously I talk about my cruises more than most, I know, but it's kind of hard sometimes with the cruise cards. Often they have your name and disembarkation date, but it doesn't say where you're going. It doesn't say how many miles you've done. It doesn't really say anything. So yeah. Sam says, plan on ordering them for all my cruises. Love that, Sam. When you do, tag me because I want to be able to see. So please do. Anna says, is the album available in different colors? It is not. It is in one color. And I can't even tell you how much work goes into deciding these colors on the outside, the colors on the inside. It is so much, the brass fittings. It is a lot. We only need one color. This is the perfect color. Happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday. Do I have all 78 cards? I don't have all 78 cards. I don't actually have all of my own cruise cards because I started cruising when I was 11. And to be honest, I took one cruise when I was 13 and one when I was 15. And obviously I was not thinking about cruise card collection back then. But the good thing is, with these ones, I'm just going to pop that back up there. With these ones, if you have a missing one or you have a missing two, then you can fill in your gaps. So that's kind of cool, right? Josh says, can you put a princess medallion into the folder? I mean, I do not, I don't say that you can. I would not do it. Obviously, you're a free person, but it is designed to hold cards. So I don't think it would be very good. I used to have a very cheap, like a credit card holder that I put princess medallions in and stuff like that. And it was not good. It won't close. I wouldn't recommend it, but I have had conversations today because I have been thinking about this. And a lot of people are telling me that on Princess Cruises and Virgin Cruises, if you go to reception, they'll give you a cruise card. So maybe that's something to do in the future. Happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday, Jackie. Nice to see you. Yeah, same thing with Virgin Voyages. You apparently can get cruise cards, or you can just get our cruise cards. And then there you go. But yeah, it's a bit tricky. I think the Virgin ones you're not supposed to take home anyway. So I'm told. You're supposed to recycle them. So yeah. Medallions doesn't fit currently, says Cruise Boys. We tried it. Does it not fit? I mean, I wouldn't want to try. Don't. Please don't. How many Rolo plushie orders? So we're almost at 1,200, nearly. We haven't got to that number. We have 3 days left to go. So please don't miss out if you want a First Mate Rolo plushie. But yeah, if we say 1,200, very, very happy with that number. I mean, I would have been happy with 300, 500. 300 is what I needed to get it made. So that's why I started at 300. But yeah, 3 days to go. So I've sent out all my last chance reminder emails. I've done everything. Yeah. Cruise Boy says it does fit, but it doesn't close. Yeah, exactly. It's not designed for that. Please put cruise cards in it. And I will show you when I get mine back from the office. I will show you them in here. Apologies that I don't have them, but we've been very busy taking pictures. If you obviously go on the Cruise Globe, what I have done is I have shown you how to buy them, because you do buy them through the Cruise Globe. So I can present to you a video file as a guest. Here it is coming up. So this is Cruise Globe. I'm sure you recognize it. You can see all your cruises on there. That's mine. If you click on a cruise, then you can click on Cruise Card. And this is what you will see, right? I picked the worst one. That's the most boring cruise of all, to Bermuda. But anyway, on there, then you can buy the cards. So this is within the Cruise Globe. Hopefully it's very straightforward. I think so. And because you've already added your cruises to Cruise Globe, you don't have to remember again. Like, you can just go through and tick box. I want this one, this one, this one, this one. I want all of them. I want the album. Super easy. How many plushies will you be packing? I only ever take the latest one on my cruises. I don't pack all of them at the same time because I would just feel up. Jamie says, think you have to come up with a combined album so we can have a cruise map on one page and a cruise card on the next. That sounds like we have separate ones. This one has the printed maps in it, the A4 ones, and then this one has the cards. This is smaller. This is more sort of portable. You can take this on a cruise. You could take that on a cruise, but I see people taking these maybe, which is great. If you can have a conversation with someone about what cruises you've done, you can whack that out. That's amazing. Surprised you can't use an app on your phone to open your door or pay for things. Yeah, not yet. I think some cruise lines have tried that at some point, right? With your phone and opening the door. Or maybe it's just Princess with the medallion. But yeah, we're not there yet. In future, probably. Did you pet the Icelandic Hudson? I didn't, I didn't pet him. It was a long time since I'd seen a cat, because this was the cruise that I took to Svalbard. This is the latest content that's on my channel. It's also a Norwegian channel. I think Icelandic Hudson's in Norwegian's video, maybe. But it's a cat that looks pretty much like my cat Hudson, and he's Icelandic. But I don't think I pet him. I think I just let him there. I had a snack and I had a drink, had a Pepsi Max. And I let him go on his way. Oh, booked a 12-day European cruise, May 2026. Very nice. 12 days is a nice length, I think. Yes. If you do have questions, can you please start them with questions, just because I don't want to pause and sort of read the longer question. I mean, not that I don't want to read. I'm more than happy to read, but I don't want everyone else to just sit and have to watch me read, if that makes sense. Tom and Dom are in here. Hello, Tom and Dom. Nice to see you. Yes. Technology can be mind-boggling. It can. I know a lot of people don't like to use their phones when they cruise at all. So if a cruise line did make it so you needed your phone to get into your room, that could be a problem. Some hotels do that, though. I think I had one hotel where I could literally pick on a floor plan what room I wanted, and then I could go in. Your fan is really quiet, says Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. I need it on. It is hot. It's a good fan, though. I do like it. I can control it from my phone, but my phone is my camera, so it's not so helpful. Is it is Norwegian Star your favorite smaller ship? No, she is not. That is the Norwegian Spirit. Easy, like, I have a nice answer for that one. But yeah, Norwegian Star's nice. Norwegian Spirit, though, is my first cruise ship that I ever went on, and she had so much money. I can't remember how much money, but she had so much money spent on her. It's just a really nice ship. Like, even if she wasn't old and she was new, I would like that ship, if that makes sense. I do think I have a soft spot, though, for the slightly older, smaller ships. As much as I like, I've done aqua roller coasters, go-karts, all these things on new ships. If it's sort of a destination-focused cruise, it's really nice to have 2,000-3,000 people, which is on that's the small one. Big cruise ships have 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 maybe. Yeah. Adam says, why are guys' burgers so good on Carnival? Why do I crave them between cruises? I don't know what they put in there, Adam, that makes you crave them. I don't think I've craved them, but yeah. Oh, Jamie says, idea. Might we one day be able to add cabin numbers to the cruise cards? Maybe. Never say never. There's so many ideas all happening at once. Like, it's nice for me to be able to say, this is the thing that we've been working on for ages, but, in another while, it'll be like, this is the thing I've been working on for ages, and this is the thing I've been working on for ages. But it is all based on what people say that they want. The cruise card thing was really interesting, because if you're in cruise, it seems like a completely normal thing. to collect cruise cards. We did a survey. It was 84% of people collect their cards. It's just a normal thing. Everyone does it. But when you're trying to explain that to someone outside of cruising, like, oh yeah, you keep your room key, basically, they don't get it. So we had to convince people. But I think it speaks for itself. Have you been on Cunard's Victoria or Elizabeth? So I have. That's where I started my website in 2016 because I sat on that ship and I thought, what on earth is this? I need to write this down on the internet because before that, I'd only cruised with Norwegian and MSC, very used to the flexible cruise lines, the American style cruising, and Cunard was not that. It was dress codes, it was formal nights, and I was not prepared. I didn't know that was a thing that was in cruising. So I started a website in 2016, started a YouTube channel a little bit later, and then here we are. But yeah, I enjoyed the cruise. I don't think it was 2016 that I went on her, so I'm not sure any of my content is relevant anymore. It's changed a lot, but yeah, I mean, nice looking ship. She's beautiful. Where is your lump of coal, says Joe. I gave it to my mum, so I don't think she would have burnt it. It's not like you need a fire right now. It's hot, but I think my mum probably has it. So yeah, I did go down a coal mine and we got to keep some coal, which was really interesting because normally on a cruise, it's like, don't touch anything. On an excursion, of course, don't touch anything, don't take anything. On this excursion, though, they were like, we're a coal mine. We have plenty of coal. Take some. Take some. Yes, my gosh. Have I ever been to a Formula One race? No, I have not. Yeah. Passenger privacy will stop cabin numbers being put on cruise cards. Well, this is a collection for a personal person to have, and our cruise cards, they include. I'm not sure if you can see. Hopefully, you can see, but they include. This is the route that the cruise ship went on. So these aren't made until after you come back from the cruise, and by the time you come back from the cruise, what does it matter if someone knows your cabin number, right? So, yeah, not too many worries about that. Watching your channel has made me realize how hot the US is compared to parts of Europe. It is 40 degrees Celsius at least 3 months of the year where I live. I can't even imagine that. That is not a temperature for humans to exist in, I don't think. But yeah, you guys have some really hot weather and you get a lot of snow in different places. You have really extreme weather compared to us. Ours is really, we don't get hurricanes. We don't have earthquakes. We just get drizzly rain. I'm grateful for it, honestly. Mum says the coal is in my fireplace ready for winter. There you go. You can give us a report. Let us know if the coal piece from a Svalbard coal mine is any different from just regular coal that you buy at the shop. I doubt it. But still. I went very far underground to get it, so hopefully it's good. Where does the QR code on the cards go to? It goes back to the cruise globe. So you can see, if you're sat with someone and you're talking through your cards, that'll take you to that exact one that's on the card. So then you can go in 3D, you can replay it, all of that kind of stuff. I don't know anything about coal. Don't ask me questions about coal. What cruise lines or ships would you recommend for someone who is sensitive to noise? Want to go on a cruise, but I need quiet to relax and sleep. Sensitive to noise. It's a bit tricky because most cruise ships, most cruise lines, there are places that are really quiet at any time. There's normally lounges. What I sometimes do is I'll go to a bar to get a drink and then I'll go to a lounge where the bar isn't open and like almost no one is there or someone is there typing on their laptop and that's where I tend to be. So you can find that on most cruise ships and cruise lines. That said, if you want to just avoid noise generally, avoid the ones that have kids. To be honest, I don't know how else to say that, but the younger the passenger demographic, the noisier I think cruises are. Avoid Royal Caribbean, avoid MSC, avoid Costa. Please no one the problem I have with the internet now is that someone will edit that and be like, Emma hates these cruise lines. I don't. Just if you're not wanting noise, the noisiest ones I would say Costa, MSC, Royal Caribbean in my experience. But yeah, cruise lines like if you were to go on a Princess cruise, a Cunard cruise, if you were to do something like Viking, the more luxurious, I would say, the quieter because more space per person. If you go for Hermione Granger, what would you you can wave your wand and change something about the cruise industry. Include gratuities, please. Pay the staff with the cruise fare. It's so confusing. It's no need. I want the staff to get paid. Just pay them. That's it. Yeah. Is there any kind of copyright for the Cruise Globe maps sharing a personal recent cruise on social media? We want you to do that, please. What we want you to do is to share the Cruise Globe, to share the cruise maps, share the Cruise Globe, anything you can. Share it, screenshot it, film it on your phone, film it on the screen, anything. Just tag us so that we can see it, but we really want to get the word out. So yeah, please don't worry about anything like that. That's what we want you to do. We are making it easier so that you can share. We're going to make it easier so that you can, download the animations and things, but that's please what we want. It's a free website, of course, at the end of the day, so our word of mouth is hopefully through people sharing it. So please how long do you think you could go on a cruise ship without returning to your room? As in, like, on a cruise, I leave my cabin and I go back to my cabin, like, one day until I need to go to sleep. Returning to my room, is that what you mean, Adam? I don't know. Oh my goodness. Big question from Louise says, can you give me a recommendation for a first-time cruiser? I can give you thousands, but everyone is going to be wrong for someone and right for someone else. So yeah, if you head to emmacruises.com/insiders guide, that is everything I know in a big email series, 23 emails. That is the best place to start. Yes, I like Virgin does that. Yeah, me too. I'm going to prepay the gratuities anyway when I'm booking. Just add them into the cruise fare. And then if people want to tip extra in cash, they can, but you don't have to. So yeah, I think on the British cruise lines, we're definitely going that way. P&O cruises, you'd have to pay gratuities. Marella, they all include gratuities. It used to say on the Marella cruise cards, like, remember, tips are included. Like, you don't have to tip, which was nice. Like, they're actively trying to like remind you don't have to tip, which is good. Interesting. People are watching this at work. Amazing. People watch this driving. So interesting. Yeah, I have had quite a lot of trouble, I suppose, with videos this week and AI, which is, I use AI a lot. I like AI for my own personal, asking it questions and things. But there's a lot of AI generated cruise content, which is, featuring clips of me, other YouTubers using other people's scripts. And it's getting a lot. So please just be careful. If you're playing, like if you are in the car or you are at work and YouTube is kind of auto playing, just be careful, because I don't know. I think most people want to watch content that's from a person, so that a person, I don't know, not someone else who's taken that script and then re-edited it. Also, I don't trust that content, because it's really annoying, because they'll use me and be talking about like a Royal Caribbean cruise, and it's like me on a princess cruise or something. Obviously, I know that's wrong and I would never do that. But when someone else has edited it, it's kind of hard. YouTube's pretty good at copyright, of course, so I do normally get them taken down, but it just takes time. So please just be aware. Can you recommend a hotel to stay at the Southampton port? If you're feeling fancy, I stay in the Leonardo. But normally I'm in the Travel Lodge, or the Ibis budget. Jamie says, here some influencers are deliberately using AI to generate a lot of content using their own likeness. Thoughts? If you're using your own likeness, go ahead. If it's your own voice, maybe your voice hurts and you want to AI your own voice, go ahead. But it's when I get emails and it says, I didn't know you had this channel, because the first 5 seconds are the same as 5 seconds of my video and they've just taken them. That's more annoying. So yeah. Thank you, Jackie, for sharing my guide. Yeah, I have a cruise basics guide. This is like the very first, most basic thing I can think about cruising for someone who has never been on a cruise, doesn't really know anything about cruises. I think it's just a couple of pages, easy peasy. Holiday Inn's okay. Yeah, Holiday Inn's pretty good. I think it has you can park there as well, which is cool. But yeah, if I'm staying in Southampton, as long as it's a clean, like, I'm not really there for like the enjoyment of the hotel, so I don't think I'm the person to ask. Other people go there and stay in those places. Would you take a Cunard cruise to Norway? I wouldn't not take a Cunard cruise to Norway. I think I've done most of the Cunard ships now. I've been on Queen Mary 2 twice. I've been on Victoria. I've done Anne. I'm missing Elizabeth, but she's the same as Victoria. So for me right now, I don't think there's any, there's nothing particularly new or exciting for me to do about Cunard, but plenty of people love Cunard. They know what they're doing. So it is what it is. Is that Vimto? It is not. It is water. I drink water these days until I go on my cruise tomorrow, and then I'm back on the Pepsi Max, hopefully. Don't stay in the Ibis budget. It was not clean. Oh, I stayed in there once. It was clean, but it was, the shower is in the room. I was there by myself, solo. Not sure that you would really want to share it unless you were great friends. Use the regular Ibis. It's just lots of ones to avoid in the comments. I'll let you guys chat about that because, yeah. Does Captain Hudson have the proper captain credentials? He tells me that he does. I have not checked, but he says that he does. Why would he lie? Don't know. Are Rolo t-shirts in the works? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. This is in the works. I say that like I don't think so, as if I'm not the only person who would ever make that happen. But I can't see me. I don't think I have the graphic that I need to make the matching ones for the Captain Hudson, which is kind of annoying. But the company that we get Rolo from has changed, and it's a lot to sell products. And I would prefer someone to buy a Cruise Globe t-shirt, to be quite honest. And I prefer to talk about, obviously Rolo's lovely and Captain Hudson's great. But if I can have a conversation about this, then it's good. What is your opinion about paying cash tips directly to the staff and not prepaying and having them added to your cruise account like it used to be? I would never recommend that anyone does this. I think it is, most people do it in good faith, but I don't think that if they really understood who they're taking the money away from, I don't think they would do it, because you're taking money away from people who are just working behind the scenes, who are working every bit as hard as people who are front of house, and you're just tipping people front of house, and that's just not fair. I wish cruise lines would just pay their staff, of course. But they do rely on the gratuities. So, yes, it is what it is. And I think with the current system, it just is what it is. Like, we have to just, I can't change it. So I have to just go with it. What are the most effective seasickness tablets? For every single person, it is different. For a long time, I used Quells. That was fine. Then I went on a cruise and it just didn't seem to do anything anymore. So I think maybe I outgrew it. I don't know. But now I take Bonine, which is the American one that you can't get in the UK. So when I go on an American cruise line, I just buy boxes of that and it seems to work. So every person is different. I tried the patch. That did not go well. That was much worse than being seasick for me. I have the wristband. I have the one cruise, I decided to buy the expensive wristband that electrocutes you, using onboard credit, not using money. So it felt like it was free. Didn't like being electrocuted, gotta be honest. But it's not something I really worry about. It's quite rare that I get seasick on a cruise. And if I do, it's normally, I know that I'm in the Arctic Circle in March. It's kind of to be expected. That said, though, I was expecting bad weather when we were in Iceland and Svalbard, and it was so calm. It was so calm. It was like a pond. Yeah. Do Captain Hudson and his first mate get along well in real life? So, for a cat and a dog, I think yes. They're not exactly. I mean, Rolo thinks that Hudson is his best friend, and Hudson thinks that Rolo's kind of annoying. And I think that's the best you're going to get for a cat and a dog, right? But like, they will choose to sit together. Even if I'm not in the room, they will choose to sit together on the sofa. They will choose to sit next to each other on the floor with their paws like this close. Obviously, if Rolo goes too close, Hudson's not happy about it. But like, they're not causing any problems to each other. But it did take us a long time to introduce them. We kept them apart for quite a while. We had to make this like elaborate thing so that Hudson could get out the house without getting into Rolo's space. And yeah, it was a lot of work at the beginning, but it was worth it for, I can leave them alone and I don't have to worry about them. So yes. Oh, summer is coming to an end. I feel like it's just starting, but yeah, I do get what you mean. 5 days until until middle school. Your middle school starts in 5. Summer is coming to an end. 5 days until your middle school starts in 5 days. that's the start of August. That's really strange for us. In the UK, you would be just off for the last week pretty much. You get pretty much the last week of July off and August, and then you go back to school. It's always September 2nd, 3rd, 4th, something like that. So yeah, you're way further forward. Interesting. What should I do on my MSC cruise as it's in 29 days? My goodness. I can't remember what ship you're going on. Please let me know. I mean, like, yeah, it depends what ship you're on, what you can do, but just do everything. I know you'll do absolutely everything. So yeah, there's nothing I would tell you to avoid. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to finding out how you think it is. Some start school on August 13th. That's crazy. There's no school. Scotland is different, but in England, I don't know of any school that starts back in August. August is the month that's off. August is so much more expensive than any other month. But it does raise a good point because people do say to me, oh, I need to go in school holidays. It's so expensive. What do I do? But if you go to, where Noah's from or wherever else, and then their school holidays is different from your school holidays, then it's not as expensive there, if that makes sense, in our school holidays. If you're doing a cruise out of the UK in August, it's gonna be more expensive because everyone is on school holidays. It is hard though. I'm so grateful I don't have to stick to school holidays. Yeah, I would like the cruise lines just to pay people, for sure. Have you ever considered branching out into pet influencing? Show us more Captain Hudson and Rolo. I mean, I think the pets that do pet influencing are normally the ones who are, I don't know, like it's because they have certain characteristics that they become pet influencers, right? Like they're very happy being carried around and shown off and stuff. And like Hudson's an old man cat. He does whatever he wants. And I wouldn't dare, I have the dreamies here for him and sometimes he joins us, but I wouldn't dare try and make him go somewhere because he wouldn't do it. And yeah, same with Rolo, I guess. So no, I also don't know unless, there's nothing that Hudson or Rolo needs. Like they don't need a career. Have you been on board Queen Mary in Long Beach, California? I have, yes. I did make a video about this. The video I made was years and years after I went on there because I was a teenager when I went on there. We stayed on there. It was great. It was interesting, but I was definitely not making content. It was way before I had any cruise ship website ideas in my brain. So yeah, cool. Yeah, it was interesting. I would like to go back though with a different, different perspective. Oh, I really love watching you as I will never go cruising with my family. We actually do have a lot of people in here who don't want to go on a cruise or, just genuinely, some people don't even like cruises, but they just like to see what other people are doing, which makes perfect sense. If I look at what I watch, I'm not watching people who are doing the same thing as me. I'm watching people who live in different places and do things that I wouldn't do because then I don't have to go do them to find out what they're like, if that makes sense. So yeah, you're not alone at all. There's plenty of people here who don't go on cruises, and you're all very welcome. If you've done 1,000 cruises or 0, you're just as welcome here. Congratulations on 400,000. Thank you very much. Unbelievable. I don't think any human brain can think of the number 400,000. I can think of like 100. I can imagine like 2,000 people in a room just from having been to concerts that have 2,000 people in a room and I can see them all at once. That's probably as high as I can go. Like a stadium or something, of course, but I don't think in a stadium you can see a dot, but you don't really realize that's a person. There's only so many humans I can see at once. So yeah, in my head though, every time I speak to someone on a cruise or I meet someone somewhere, then they go into sort of my audience. Has Emma indicated where she's heading? I'm going to Palma. 400,000 is the number of calories I've consumed on my last cruise. Well, maybe not. Who knows? That implies the food was good, so that's good. Bill, 5 Wembleys. See, I can't think about that. Yeah, 5 Wembleys. I don't think if I thought about that, I don't think I'd ever come on a live stream or create content again if I thought that I was on the imagine me on the stage at Wembley. I'm not a public speaker. I don't even like, if I'm doing a Zoom call and there's more than like 10 people in it, don't like it. Stresses me out. Daniel says, do you think MSC is a luxury cruise line? As a cruise line, no. They have a luxury section within their ships, but I would say very much MSC is a budget cruise line, and they have a luxury bit within their ships called the Yacht Club. But yes, Explorer Journeys would be the luxury version of MSC. MSC is like a family cruise line. I would say budget. I think that's fair for MSC. You can get really good deals. What was the audience for the radio interview? What radio interview? When was I on the radio? I was on the radio last, I think, when I was in Sierra Leone. That was scary. Even though you only hear one person on the end of the phone. But it's just that waiting, and it's like, you're on air now. And I'm like, what happens if I sneeze or something? Have the hiccups? I don't know, say something crazy. I didn't. It was fine. But anyway. How cool would it be if every subscriber showed up for one of these? I think that would be very scary for me. I don't really like to think about it. Also, I'd never get to sort of sit and chat with you, Bill, because I'd never see your comment because there'd be so many comments. It would go so fast. So, yeah. What would drive you crazy on a global cruise? I guess I'd start to miss, like, some home comfort foods after a while. Just things that aren't even good, but, things you eat when you're at home. Like, I love cruise food. It's very, very nice. But I don't always want to eat nice food. Sometimes I want to eat rubbish. So I guess that's what I would miss. Obviously, I'd miss my family, my friends, my cat, my dog. I wouldn't do it, I think, a world cruise now anyway. I would miss a bath. Can you imagine? I'd need a cabin with a bath. I always miss a bath, even if it gets to 7 days. And I'm like, can't wait to go and have a bath. That's what I like. You have the same as the population of Leeds. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Jamie says you need to take these lives out on tour. No way. No way. My voice would be shaking. I'd be feeling sick. Oh, horrible. No, thank you. I don't know why it's different on the live stream. I don't know. Maybe it was the AI on the radio. It was not. It was definitely me on the radio. Unless it was recently, because I wasn't recently on the radio. If you can start your question with question, pretty please, just because I don't want to sort of pause and go through there. But yes, just a reminder, the most exciting thing that has happened in a very long time for me is this launch of our cruise cards and our cruise album. So you buy them through the Cruise Globe. If you've already added your cruises to Cruise Globe, you can just tick them and you can get them delivered to you. So very, very exciting. Just want to, I think it's there, but probably it's there. Just a little reminder. And very soon, when I do have my cruise cards, I will show you them in more detail. But I didn't want to wait. I don't want to wait. Who knows what thing I'll be excited about in 2 weeks. I'm always excited. Hello from Canada. Oh my goodness. Hello, Canada. I've been in Canada for quite a long time. Pretty please. What are the cruise cards, says Jamie. Oh, Jamie. Thank you, Jamie, for asking the question. These are our cruise cards. Do you also like the redesign? Because we have a new logo. We have new colors. This is the redesigned, you can see here, our redesigned Cruise Globe. But yeah, these are our cruise cards. You can look at any of these, by the way, on the Cruise Globe for free. So if you want to see when you've had, like for me, it's that side, maybe it's that side, but this has a little loop under it where we did a little quirk. And I always like the quirky ones more than the ones that went to plan. So you can have a look. You can have a look a lot bigger than that as well. These are just the cruise cards. Do you think the Residence at Sea model is going to grow bigger? I've been hearing lots about them, says Adam. I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? When these get announced and someone says that this is what they're going to do, I always say, like, I'm not holding my breath for them because they're always delayed. But they are starting to happen, which is exciting. I saw a video from JJ Cruise. They were recently on one of the ships, and it looks so much nicer than I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. But yes, it looks so much nicer than what I was thinking. I think maybe I was thinking more ferry-like kind of, and they are like cruise ships. I don't know that I'm at like it would only take one person who you didn't want to see to kind of like you can't avoid someone if you're on a cruise ship. So yeah, looking at Cruise Globe now, pretty cool. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like it. It's hours of fun. We have 50,000 users on there, I think now, which is mind blowing. So yeah, if you're in that 50,000, thank you very much. Oh, Jamie says, worried about life at sea and a pandemic hits. They chuck me off and I'm homeless. I don't think you're really homeless, right? I don't know. You always have to be a resident of somewhere, as far as I know. Even when I was on Global Mercy, that's a hospital ship, everyone was a resident of somewhere, even if they've, never lived there. Like if their parents are from a certain place and they were born at sea. Yeah, I think everyone is a resident of somewhere, right? I think so. Andrew says, just back from Japan after sailing on NCL Spirit. Was amazing experience, but so tired now. How did you find the time difference? Yeah, it is hard. It is really hard. This is my favorite cruise I've ever taken, Norwegian Spirit in Japan. But it's tiring because also you want to do everything because everything is so exciting and it's so fun. And it's quite a long cruise that I took anyway, 12 nights. So by the end of it, you are tired. Throw in the jet lag at the start and the end, it is a lot. When I went last time to Japan, we basically flew overnight, but then we flew, whatever we did, we fast forwarded through a nighttime, basically. So it was just 2 days stuck next to each other. Like you're getting ready to go to bed and then you're back at 9 a.m. again. That was hard. Yeah, live in Airbnbs. There you go. Yeah, you still have residents somewhere though, right? Like, I think everyone does. Daniel says, have you ever considered working on a cruise line? No, I've honestly never considered working on a cruise line. I don't think I have any skills that I would want to do on a cruise line. Like, that's it. I get seasick. I would miss home. I don't think I'm cut out for it. I think you have to be you have to have certain sort of skills to work on a cruise ship. And I don't think it's me. I'll be seasick. Yeah. Would love to visit Japan, says Thomas. Yeah, it is my favorite place to cruise to. It is just a shame that it is so far away and the time difference is so much. If it was closer, I'd be going all the time, all the time. It's so nice. Yeah, I haven't got any cruises booked there at the minute, but I would like to get back for sure. Yeah, generally you would need to hold citizenship. I think so. I think you have to have some sort of citizenship somewhere. Yes, my goodness. Yeah, so I see some. Okay. So we have, let me just go back. We have a company called the Cruise Maps, which makes maps of cruises, physical maps of cruises. Hope that makes sense. We also have a website called the Cruise Globe, which is free, which uses the same data that you'll get on the maps, but it's on a website, right? Hope that makes sense. And these cruise cards are through the Cruise Globe. So you can use the Cruise Globe for free. If you want to buy a physical version, then it's fulfilled by the Cruise Maps because it's the same company. But I hope that makes sense. We have the physical print company, and then we have a free website. Hope that makes sense, right? I hope so. I hope so. You can see I'm going to re-add to the stage myself, but this is the Cruise Globe. So this is free. You can add all your cruises. You can see the routes. You can go in 3D. You can replay them with a little video. And this is the cards. So this is where you need to go inside the Cruise Globe. Hope that makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't make sense. I hope it makes sense. Do you have a Q&A on your website? I do. I mean, we have separate ones, obviously, for cruise. Oops, I removed myself. I have Emma Cruise's Q&As, general questions. Are you single? Who is Hudson? That kind of stuff. So, yes. But yeah, please let me know if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Just because I'm seeing some comments in there that are a bit confused, and I totally get it. Totally get it. Would a first mate Rolo deadline soon? Yes, 3 days. 3 days, and let's say 2 days to be safe because time zones. So 2 days to get first mate Rolo, and all the money goes to a charity. It goes to a charity that my dog Rolo was rescued by. Yeah. How do you find those great stinking cheap deals for cruises? If you go to my website, click on book a cruise, then I normally have on there where I find some of my cruises. I send out emails every week too, and I have the deals that I found that week. So if you want those ones from me, but really it's just spending about 18 hours a day in the cruise industry. Like I see a lot of things. And also I've been, I started my website in 2016. I left my day job in 2021. So I've racked up a lot of hours. I would say a lot in my brain about cruises. I think that's fair. Is that fair? There's not a lot in there about much else. My general knowledge, I think, is quite terrible, but I like to just go all in on a thing. When I get excited, this is exciting. Then until this is done, then I don't think about anything else. Hope that makes sense. So, yeah, this is beautiful. It's kind of funny on the camera. There you go. Da-da-da. Awesome. 1,200 Rolos. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Crazy. I wasn't expecting to do... I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting to do that. ASMR. Yeah, I don't have an ASMR channel. Kind of creeps me out a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, first make Rolo numbers. Yeah, almost 1,200. Not quite, but if we can get there, then yeah. Yeah, Leslie says you can zoom in and see all the irregular patterns in the trail. Yes. So we are going to be very soon, adding the future cruises, but based on the old cruises, if that makes sense. So you'll be able to see where we're expecting your cruise to go, which will be very, very different from the cruise line's website. Like I did have the best example of this. What did I write it in? I was writing a blog post the other day and I had an example of P&O's itinerary that they gave me, and then where we went, it was completely different. It was the wrong direction for a start. But yeah, it is the real data on there, and we're going to make it so that you can add your future cruises. You can see the predicted route, and then when you come back, it will turn into the real route. So you can see, that loop wasn't expected, but we did it because we needed this. This medical emergency happened, that kind of stuff. We sailed away because there was an earthquake and then came back. As happened to my friends, the cruise boys recently. So yeah, any quirks? Yes, we'll be able to save our future cruises. Yeah, we'll have countdowns in there. Yes. So at the moment, it's kind of historical and live. So we're up until like now, but it's going to be future and historical and live, and we're going to do the older historical. So soon it'll be like anything that has ever existed. Adam says, how often are you recognized in public? Depends where I am and what I'm doing. If I'm in a touristy place, quite a lot. If I'm on a cruise, quite a lot more. So it depends where I am, what I'm doing. Sometimes, sometimes a couple of times a day on a cruise, sometimes 10, 15 times a day on the higher end, depending on the cruise line, of course, depending on what language people are speaking. And where I am. The closer I am to home, I think the more people recognize me. Makes sense. Justin says, would love to see the cruise globe of that NCL cruise that left Hawaii for the earthquake. You can. You don't have to be on, we're not checking that anyone's on the cruise. You can add any cruise to the cruise globe. You can see live cruises, and then you can see a trail of where it's recently been. But even if it was, 2 years ago, you can add it, look at it, We're not it doesn't have to be just your cruises. Yeah. What cruise line are you boarding tomorrow? I'm taking a Marella cruise. Lovely Marella. I wanted something very easy. I'm taking my mum on this cruise. We just want to sort of relax, and hopefully that's it. Do you notice people get anxious talking to the famous YouTube lady? I mean, I think I'm the more anxious one, depending on the person, what they say to me. Normally, in the ideal situation, someone says to me, hello, Emma, I know you from the internet, or hello, Emma, I watch your videos. That's the dream. But I get more anxious when people don't say anything to me, because sometimes people take pictures of me without asking. Sometimes people, they will put it in a Facebook group that I'm there, and then other people are I find that really awkward. When people have a conversation straight at me, then great. I don't think people get anxious talking to me. I would hope not, because I'm more scared of you than you are of me. And I'll normally see, yeah, I don't shove microphones in their faces. I never, I'll take a picture with anyone if they want it, but I wouldn't take a picture of anyone else or film anyone else. So yeah, I'm on my best behavior. I try and be on my best behavior. Yeah. Oh, I'd be anxious at sea, thinking I don't want to bother this lady on her cruise. Trust me, you're not bothering me. Like, I can't really think of a time. Like, yeah, I can't think of any time really on a cruise where I'm not botherable. No, I can't think of any. Yeah. What UK cruises can you recommend for kids? Disney Cruise Line sailings are not convenient. Probably the most known, the most popular is P&O. If you do an Iona or an Arvia, they're very much the family ships for P&O. If you do an MSC cruise, there's lots of those. Or if you do something like Royal Caribbean, if you have sort of older kids, I think Norwegian. Even something like a Costa cruise, I think is good for kids. But there's kids on, on every cruise pretty much, unless it's adult only. So, yeah. Julia says, I would ask permission to take your photo. Thank you very much. Yes. Oh, Jamie says, I would think it's not really you, just someone who looks similar. It would be quite a coincidence, wouldn't it, if it's on a cruise and it's me? And I think I look exactly the same in real life. Like, this is what I wear. This will be my hair. I look the same, I think. So, yes. Daniel says, are they going to ban cruises in the Norwegian fjords soon? No. I mean, ban is a strong word. They have put in some rules about emissions, but they... As far as I know, most cruise lines didn't hit the rules and then they just extended it. So it's not like some day is going to come where cruise ships just can't come in the fjords. They're just being more strict on it, which I think fair enough. How many hours of video did you record to create the 16-minute video for the NCL Star? So I don't know how long all my videos would be. It's over 1,000 separate video clips though, so quite a lot. That cruise, I was making 3 videos on that cruise. One for the Norwegian Cruise Line YouTube channel, that's about the excursions, that's why I went down a coal mine, and then the story style for my channel, and then also did a cabin video. So that's a lot to go into that. Obviously I reuse clips because it's 1,000 clips, but I don't know how many hours it would be. Mostly, when I sit down and record, it'll be about 3 times as long as it ends up. So my script at the beginning was probably like, over half an hour, probably. But yeah. How far in advance do you typically book cruises? I mean, I'm not a common case anymore. And I have to be very careful not to give advice. Like, most people don't have such a weird career as me, because I book, sometimes not very far in advance. I mean, it would probably be a month in advance, but I have done years in advance. It's very different when I had to get someone else to approve my annual leave, though. I will say that. I can be more flexible now, for sure. Offline cruises as easy as you make them look. I like the idea of a plane and sail home. Oh, I love a plane and sail home. That's really nice. I've done 2 cruises, fly to Lisbon and then sail home, and it's good because you sort of think that you have to fly again, just subconsciously, and then you remember, no, I don't. Just it's so good. But then the downside of that is that you're close to home. You've probably been to those places before, and you can't really go. I mean, you can go Japan to Southampton, but it's going to take you a long time. So I think the flights are normally worth it. But yeah, if you see one like this, take it. I would. Would you ever do a blooper reel? I used to do blooper reels inside Patreon for a while. It just ended up taking a long time to edit them. And also I have less bloopers now because I think, I don't know, I used to do things that I wouldn't do now because I know what I need to do. If I mess it up, I just straight face back to the beginning of the sentence and start again. But it doesn't take me as many times as it used to. So it's probably not as many anymore. It would just be me saying something and being like, that wasn't good. It's not funny. Like, it's just boring. Terrible fly. I much prefer to cruise everywhere. Totally get it. It's not the flying bit, I think, is fine. But it's just being at the airport. It's all the security, the passport control, like just all of that time. Even if you're taking a short flight, it ends up taking the whole day kind of thing. I think that's more the problem than the actual flight. If it was like a bus or a train to get on the plane, that would be way easier. Um, yeah. Oh, good comment. MSC let my mum use her Carnival status for an MSC cruise, and Carnival doesn't own MSC. Yes, MSC are the only cruise line. They will pretty much match any other cruise line status. So your mum is very smart. She can do that. And it's great. I match my Norwegian cruise line status to MSC, and I get a free specialty meal. I get a free chocolate thing sometimes, a free tote bag. I have so many MSC tote bags. David says, how long has your hair gone? Super long. So long. It's like down here now. It's too long. It won't stay this long. It's too long. I'm not going to shave my head again, though. No, definitely not. Well, Jack says, produced a TV show for kids for 5 years, had some good bloopers. I can imagine. But there's more parts in that, right? Like mine is just me sat on this sofa just talking. And I mean, when I did the Norwegian Star one, that was really hard because it was so hot. We were in the heat wave. So it is me just like from the start and the beginning, I look so different. It's just so hot. So I had to take breaks. But that's just me getting annoyed at myself and being like, oh, for goodness sake. Like, you don't need to see that. Just me being frustrated. Yes, MSC also hotel status match. They do. They do. Interesting comments in here. Thank you to the moderators who look after these live streams. We have got 4 minutes left, so we're going to do quick 5 questions. If you have any quick ones, please get them in there. Just a reminder, we have our cruise cards, cruise album live. Here's my album. I will show you the cards when I bring them back. They were just too good, so I was using them for the photos, so they're in the office. But yes, they're on thecruiseglobe.com, so please check those out. I think they're very cool. And I have learned a lot about cruise cards from looking at this project, but some of my cruise cards, they literally just say the ship name. Like my Costa one just has like the statue on it. Like, how am I supposed to have a conversation about that? Pizza and ketchup for dinner? Yes. And also, like, I haven't made the dough this time, but I have pizza dough. Like, I'm putting it together today. So that's very exciting. Where would you go if you could never cruise again? Japan. Like for a land holiday? Japan. Yes. Or Norway. I love Norway. Can I scan the cruise card to pay for Pepsi? No. I don't think so. Unless if Pepsi needs me, they can sponsor me, then yes. That would be great. Yeah, excited about Cruise Globe water bottles coming too. I have one right there. Thank you very much. I'm glad. I love our new like logo. Obviously, it's like a location pin. Hope you get that with a globe in it. Makes sense. 445 watching and 198 likes. Yes, please like the live stream if you haven't already, and please just check you're subscribing, because every single live stream I do, I lose subscribers. Like overall, I'm always like 10 down. So please just check and subscribe. I don't think it's anything I say in the live streams. I hope not. I think it's just people being reminded of me and being like, nah, which is fair enough. Yeah. Emma needs a Pepsi sponsorship. That would be great. I would love that. Would you rather do Eastern or Western? I don't really think I have a preference. Both. Yeah, I don't think I have a preference. Sorry, that's not very quick fire, but yeah. Comment says, please do your dream cruise now. I returned from a month in Europe to some health issues. Not sure if I'll be able to cruise again. I do think about this a lot. Like, it would not take, like, the amount that I travel as well. It would just take a few things going wrong for me not to be able to do that. So yeah, I'm very, very grateful. Your food choices would make us stay separated. Yeah, that's the thing about cruises, is you can go on a cruise and have completely different cruises. Like, you may never come to the buffet, never, and I might be in there every day. Oh, Bill says, I have tried contacting Pepsi on your behalf. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Tell Hudson and Rolo I said hi. I will do. Yes. Have a wonderful cruise. Yes, I will. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a nice, it's a new ship for me, which is very exciting, but it should be just hopefully a nice, easy cruise. Flights included, transfers, drinks. Yeah. Any Christmas cruises you would recommend? I think a nice Christmas markets cruise is really nice if you can do that. Either on an ocean ship or a river cruise is pretty good for a Christmas cruise. It's quite nice because you can just wander off, you can just come back, you can, be dark quite a lot, probably in a lot of these places, but it doesn't really matter. If you could be on a cruise, yeah, anyone could be on a cruise with me and not cross paths. That is true. I think we have Rolo outside the door. Do you want to see Rolo? For like the last second. Let me see if he'll come in for the last minute of the live stream. Stay there. Rolo, come in. Come in, Rolo. Come up here. Come say hi. There he is. There's Rolo. Oh my goodness. He came to join the live stream. There he is, handsome boy. So yes, this is my dog Rolo. And we're raising money for the charity that saved him. Rolo, sit. He's like, this is so exciting. This is so exciting. I'm on a live stream. You're going to sit, Rolo. Just keep climbing over me. Look up here. What's that? All right. Oh, you're a good boy. Oh my gosh. Please don't lick me. Don't sneeze on me. Yeah, he's very good at leaping, for sure. He is a good boy. We've had him for a year now. So we had our, 1 year gotcha day, didn't we? You've lived with me for a year. Yeah. You okay? Wag, 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 wag. I think you like it. You're doing very well on the live stream. You are. Yes, you are. Should we go get you your dinner in a minute? All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes. So yeah, 2 days. 2 days left to get your first mate Rolos. Please do. It'll get a lot of dogs off the streets and fed. And I think Rolo likes being on the sofa instead of the street. But yes, thank you so much, everybody. I will see you soon. Say bye, Rolo. Oh. Oh, you good boy.